Got it.
All right, guys. Bonjour. We are with Kelly, who is working with me for 3 months. And I'm really excited today to actually talk to Kelly and have Kelly with us talking about her journey with me. So Kelly, tell us a bit more about like where were you emotionally and physically before joining the program?
Yeah, so I was working pretty hard, trying out different workout programs, feeling like I was putting my body through the ringer, and eating pretty well, but not feeling like I was seeing results from the amount of work that I was putting in and getting a little pretty discouraged by that, and trying to figure out what the next step or what else might I be able to do to start seeing some of the results I wanted.
Yes, absolutely. And you've been working really hard. You was already doing a lot of sports before. So what would you say that what was your biggest accomplishment?
In working with you.
Hmm.
Yeah. So one of the things I really wanted to attack was like my midsection and just toning, not necessarily losing weight. I mean, we had talked about that would be a great byproduct, and I did
Hmm.
lose some weight, but really just kind of getting stronger in my core and toning through that area. And it has definitely worked. And I have achieved that. I'm not saying that I'm at perfect stage yet. There's more work I want to do, but it has definitely targeted those areas and made me feel more confident, and feel like the effort was worth it. And I think a lot of that comes from the eating part,
Oh yes. Hmm.
and not eating less, because that's what I was really worried about and very hesitant about. But ultimately, and I think it's we think, okay, in order to lose weight, calorie deficit, eat less. Um, and I still have to train my brain around that, but I feel like the program really helps. No, this amount of food, but this type of food, is a high calories and makes you feel full, but it's not, you still lose weight. Like it's wild.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to understand macronutrient, how important it is to have the right amount of protein, carbs, and fat, and not necessarily cutting down the calorie too much, because by cutting down, as you know, you're losing energy, you're not having the right nutrient, and now you're not able to build muscle using actually your muscle mass. So that can work against you. So that's awesome that you learned that.
Yeah.
And what would you say you actually learn from the program that going forward now, going on your own, that's something you're going to always apply?
Uh, Really, a lot of the meal plan stuff. I mean, now I have those recipes. They were wonderful variety. I've already used some of the salad stuff to like bring to parties, and people are very excited about it. But that idea that it's not about eating less. Like you don't just have to eat lettuce and
Hmm.
meat or whatever, right? We don't eat meat, but like it's not that protein and that vegetable. Like carbs have a purpose, and you need to incorporate them. And I feel like I was way back when, like, no carbs, that's bad. And it's like, no, that's a critical piece of the puzzle. And having a plan around that, understanding how to approach that and incorporate that. So that's one thing. And the other thing is a balance between like strength training or muscle work and cardio. Because I think, that deep down ingrained, it's like, no, you just need to run for an hour every day. And then, that's how you lose weight or look better. And that's not the case. And you
Hmm.
don't have to put your body through that. There's another way that can get the results that you want. So I'd say both on the physical side, and on the eating side, it just I feel more confident that I actually can carry out, and
Yeah,
continue to work on
yeah,
myself.
absolutely. And actually, which is awesome. We when we start together, you are using some weight, but then you had to buy some more weight to actually be able to lift heavier because you build
Yes.
strength.
Yes. And I feel it like certainly, a lot of it is in your legs, and you'd think it would be in your arms, but I feel it the most in my core. Like I
Hmm.
just feel a lot stronger, um, as an athlete through the center of my being. And that was definitely something that I wanted to do and didn't know how to do, and feel like I'm making efforts there.
Yeah.
So
Now we are.
yeah, I'm thinking about the goblet squats, like certainly it's legs, but it's also like the whole middle to push it up, right?
It's your core,
So,
using your core. It's a functional training, the same with the deadlift. It's your foundation.
yeah.
So that's why having a strong core, and that's going to help you with all the running you are doing, having a strong core. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Cool. And then what would you say actually to someone that is on the fence and thinking of joining or not the program? What would you say to that person?
I'd say do it. If you can do it, do it. It was so helpful for me as well to have someone to be accountable to, or something to follow. It's really hard when you're on your own to try to identify workouts to do, to try to think about all the food, and to try to plan out weeks. That was exhausting to me. That is exhausting to me. So to have someone that gives you all that information, knows where you're at, knows what you want to accomplish, provides, the pathway to do that. And, you're working with someone, then you're not alone. Like there's someone that's helping you along and that you can be accountable to. And that helps in those moments where you're like, I don't want to track that, or I don't want to do that. Like, it's like, no, there's someone else that's kind of like looking out for me. I'll do it for that person this time around, like just to kind of keep the momentum going.
Yeah. And that's why, it's very important that everyone in their new journey to have the accountability to begin, and then after it become a habit, and then it's going to be easier going forward to do it on your own. Yeah.
Yeah. And I would also say, like, having been a relatively new vegan, or, approaching that lifestyle, like having done it a year before meeting you, how to do that in a healthy way or in a whole foods way, without all the research, or like without trying to find all the different recipes, or like what's healthy. I think that was just a critical piece, because I think it's very easy to find really processed, non-meat products or plant-based products, but how do you create, a healthier journey with real foods, whole foods? So that was really helpful.
That's true. Yeah, now you have a cookbook at home.
Yes.
With all this recipe. Well, thank you again, Kelly. That was a pleasure working with you.
Absolutely. I mean, you are very inspirational.